Now, in a breaking update, what we are learning, according to the Central Command of the US military, they have released a detailed video and have also talked about when it comes to the ground situation that has now been developed. But the maritime concerns that have now been raised, we talk about the Ministry of Port that has now issued a guideline. The SOPs that have now been issued for major ports in India, and the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways has now issued a SOP or standard operating procedure for major ports in India to mitigate the impact of geopolitical disturbances in the Middle East following consultation with the required stakeholders. So let's get in a word from Imran. He's joining us live and exclusive from Galle in Sri Lanka, because what are the SOPs, Imran, that are usually, followed with this kind of what we are told that are concerns, maritime concerns that are also being raised on part of India?
Well, after very SOPs have been issued by the ministry, we see that the US, Iran, Israel war has not just engulfed the Middle East, but it also in Southeast Pacific nations like Sri Lanka and also India have come under the influence of the war. Now, especially after this sinking of the IRS Dinner, which is the 20th ship which has been sunk by the US in this war after the World War II. Now, this has come under a lot of intense debate over the whole role of the maritime, and especially about how far it has sunk from the nautical miles from India. Especially it had come for a friendly exercise to India called Milan, and afterwards going back, and then where somewhere around 90 nautical miles from the Sri Lankan coast, it was sunk by the US. Now, after this, there was sort of debate, and also some even questioned the role of India. And some Indian ministry has said that it is way beyond international waters, which was not there. And now, after this, SOPs have been issued by the Ministry of Ports as far as the whole exercise is concerned. Now, we have to wait and see how others respond. But so far, what we see now, where we are, where the Sri Lanka, where the National Hospital, where the government, the Sri Lankan government said that they're not party to any particular country. They are a neutral party. They've only extended the diplomatic and the medical aid to the sailors, and it's up to now to the respective countries to take the issue further from there.
All right. So the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterways issuing these SOPs for major ports in India to mitigate the impact of geopolitical disturbances in the Middle East, following consultation with all stakeholders. Now, what is being said that the SOPs state that the port chairperson should have periodical meetings to monitor the situation. Each port is also expected to appoint a nodal officer to be the single point of contact for addressing all issues and give priority consideration to export cargo that seems to be now returning from the Middle East. However, talking on the India point of view, let's get you this breaking update. What we are learning through sources as far as India sheltering an Iranian warship, well, that seems to be this development that has now taken place.